Hello, wonderful people. My name is Jessica, aka the Sacred Rebel. This podcast is dedicated to all the other sacred rebels out there, sacred women, and all of the above that are in need of a guiding light in their waking life and spirituality. This podcast will feature talks on spirituality, being a woman, traumas, self-development, meditations, as well as self-healing and all of the above. It is with love and compassion that I gift this podcast to the rest of the world, as it was never presented to me growing up. And it is my hope that this podcast will be the seed that is planted in someone else to basically be motivated to create a change within themselves that can be the change for the rest of the world. So kick back, relax, grab a cup of tea, and enjoy. Much love. Have you ever heard of the 21-day challenge? No? Well then, put on some tea, grab a snack and a seat, and I will explain this. A couple weeks ago, I have started a women's group called the Soft Femme Lifestyle, where I am sharing information on how to work towards adopting a better lifestyle that is less stressful, less struggle, just like a softer, more divine, feminine type of like creative flow, energetic type of lifestyle. I know I kind of butchered that part. And in this group, I am teaching women how to really go for their goals and what they wish to bring about in their life that is going to lead them to the best life that they wish to live. Living your best life. And this is not just like monetary, like money and stuff like that. This is also personal development in order to obtain and maintain that lifestyle. And this is like bringing abundance financially, bringing in abundance in all areas in life where they are getting all the blessings that they deserve. And I had mentioned in the group about doing a 21-day challenge. So the 21-day challenge is you pick a date and you pick whatever it is that you wish to work on. And for the next 21 days, that is going to be your focus. Now, the point of the 21-day challenge is that a lot of us have all these ideas swirling around in our noggins. We have so many ideas, and it's just floating around, and we want to do 17 different things. And sometimes doing 17 different things just leads us being burnt out quicker. And the point of this 21-day challenge is we're going to focus on what is most important to you that is going to bring you much closer to achieving that goal or closer to your dream lifestyle, for a good example. And this challenge is here to help you remain steadfast, motivated, and accountable for your actions and the things that you do in order to achieve this goal. Now, I gave you the light description, the light version of what the 21-day challenge entails. Now, how is this 21-day challenge is set up? So I've already took the liberty to get myself ahead, and my challenge actually starts on Sunday, March 3rd. That's the date that I set for my challenge. And I've already filled out what is it that I want to do, how I'm going to do it, and all this other extra stuff. So I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version of how to do this challenge. Now, what you need to do is you need to grab a piece of paper and you have to write down different ideas that you wish to do. And it could be any idea. It could be anything from like growing your business. It can be getting more reps in at the gym or gains, however you want to do it. Any unfinished stuff that you need to do. Anything can be incorporated into the 21-day challenge. It doesn't always have to be like business, money, money, money. Maybe you want to meditate better to get deeper. Maybe you want to do like a 21-day gratitude journal. Maybe you want to make some designs or your own book. It can be anything. Now, once you write down a few ideas of what you wish to do, now the next step would be, all right, what are the top 3 things that are most important to you that will bring you closer to achieving your goal? And you write those down. You write the top 3 things down. And then you ask yourself, can this be done? Is it feasible that you can do this in 21 days or less? And there is an idea that you could think, a little morbid, if you only had 21 days to live, what would you do in those 21 days? And if any of your ideas fall into that category of you'll do this in 21 days, okay, then that's, we're going to check that right there. Now, is this idea feasible? Is it obtainable? If it's yes, that's another check. All right, we got the green lights. We're ready to go. We're ready to go a little further. But if it's something that you don't think that you can do, then we need to go back to the drawing board and figure out something else that can be done. And then once you figure out your idea of what you want to do, you want to write down, why is this important to you? Why is this beneficial? Because I shared in my Soft Femme Lifestyle group, knowing your why of why you want to do certain things is very, very important. Because a lot of people just do shit just cause. And you can't just roll around in the sea of consciousness just doing shit. You actually have to like have some sort of like itinerary. And this is what this is going to be. The 21 day, can't talk again. The 21-day challenge is basically your itinerary to get you closer to achieving your goals. And once you realize your why, then what you want to do is you want to basically map out a course of action. Map out what do you need to do first to achieve the goal, to like complete your idea that you have picked, and write them out, all the different things that you need to do and all the different things that you may need to do. And then once you figure out the steps, you want to put those steps in chronological order. What step do you need to do first to get from point A to point B to point B to point C? And then once you have done that, then you write down if there's anything that you can do different that won't be too much of a struggle, like something that you can do as a little bit of a shortcut to cut down time. Because in the 80-20 rule, you do 20% of quality work to get 80% of like really good results back. A lot of us are doing 80% work, and then 20% we're getting whatever we did with all that work. Whatever we did comes back in such small batches. We're trying to get the biggest leaps. We're trying to basically, we're not trying to like do little like hopscotch skips. We're trying to take like giant leaps. And sometimes giant leaps comes with like a little bit of a giant risk. But we want to work smarter, not harder, because we're under the idea, because of American society, that we have to work hard and we have to work forever in order for us to achieve a certain thing. But in reality, we only get so little. Think of it like having a office job. We do a lot of work. We work 40-hour weeks, and then we only get paid so little, while the company that we work for get paid billions of dollars. And these CEOs, they're not doing much, but looking over some paperwork, doing some proposals, signing off some stuff. I'm not saying that everything is easy for them, but trust me, they only have to do 20% of the work and they get 80% of their reward back. You know, they're not out here sitting in the office typing up like reports and shit. They pay people to do that. But yes, back to what I was originally saying before I get off track. Doing 20% of quality work is going to give you 80% of like the biggest reward. And so you want to figure out what is something that you can do that is simple, but it will have impact. It will have the biggest impact in what you do. And when you focus on doing that, you make your life much, much easier, and you make things much easier to manage. And once you figure out, after you made your list, put the steps in order, and then figure out what things can be done in like a short form version that's going to give you like the biggest impact. The next thing that you want to do is you want to have like your start date and then your end date. I'm going to start the challenge on this date, which will end 21 days later on this date. And that will be like right there on your calendar. You want to put it on a calendar where you can see it in person, or put it in your phone. You want to see it. You're on like this timeline. You're on a little bit of a deadline. And sometimes the reason why we put ourselves on deadlines is to keep us from basically fucking around. Because if we don't have like some sort of like a deadline to meet, we're just going to be dicking around and nothing will ever get done. So this is something, not to like stress a person out completely, but this is just something like, okay, we're going to light a little bit of fire underneath your ass to like get to work. And the thing after you want to do is you want to talk about the reward that you want to give yourself for after you've completed the challenge. If you complete the challenge, reward yourself with something. Maybe take a short trip somewhere. Maybe take yourself out to like dinner or buy you something nice. You want to celebrate your win. And I know that sometimes there is like this idea that we can't celebrate our win until the whole thing, the whole shebang, all of the ideas are completed. And that's false. This is why we run around here thinking that we don't deserve shit, because we haven't like completed like the whole goddamn grand scheme of the picture. No, you want to celebrate yourself, and that is okay to do so. Now, here's the catch. Now, if you do not complete the challenge, obviously don't like beat yourself up for not completing the challenge. But we're going to still have to keep ourselves accountable. And a good way would be, if you do not complete a challenge, you have to give like maybe $50 to someone. I know for my challenge that I said that if I do not complete my challenge, if I don't follow through, I'm going to give $75 to my boyfriend. He's just going to be confused. He doesn't know about it unless he listens to this podcast. But if I fail, I have to pay him. And we have to keep our word. And it doesn't have to always be about money. It could be like anything. If I don't complete a challenge, then I have to do X, Y, and Z. But this is something that will help motivate and keep us focused. And that is the short version of the 21-day challenge, what it is and what it's meant to be. And like I said, this is not meant to like put you under unnecessary stress. This is meant to help you focus and whatnot, help you really draw out the detailed itinerary, the detailed steps in order for you to achieve your goal. Because we'll say that, oh, I want to do this, but we don't have like the necessary steps or sources in order to do something because, well, we didn't write down what are the steps that we need to do. But yes, I invite you to do the 21-day challenge. I invite you to give yourself and your creation a chance to basically make things happen, make the magic happen. Because this doesn't have to seem like it's clinical or this is work. If it feels like work and you're not having fun, then it is just what it is. It's just work and it may not be for you. This is meant to be like fun and also like kind of like it's just meant to be fun. Honestly, it's meant to be like fun. And I know for my 21-day challenge, I'm going to be coming up with different ideas and goals that I'm going to do. I'll tell you about what my challenge is. My challenge is for the next 21 days is building up community. I won't tell you the whole thing, but it's mainly building up community, mainly creating content and helpful materials to help other women achieve their goals and their dreams. Help them towards that path. And I'm going to be doing this between monitoring and focusing on building my group, and also maybe going like to places in person to speak, to hold space like sister circles. Well, yeah, that's all I'm going to share right now. And that's my 21-day challenge, which starts tomorrow. And that's it for this video. I hope that you take up the challenge to find something that really inspires you and you go for it. And then, oh, I forgot to say, at the end of each 21-day challenge, you're supposed to take a week off. You're supposed to like take a little break. And then maybe eventually think on doing another 21 days of something. Especially if you only completed one part of your goal. If it's like a long goal, you completed the first part. Now take another 21 days to complete the second part. And take another 21 days to complete the third part after you rest after the second part. And that's it. That's all for this episode. I hope that this inspires you to make a positive change in your life. And as always, it'll be amazing if you did like this video, share it with a beloved one, and subscribe. I definitely could use the subscribers. All right. With love, stay blessed. Bye.